So I think we should give him a warm round of applause, and let's have it for William of the LoveTones, everybody.
Thank you, Michael. So this is a We Love Syracuse event, and this is a song I'm going to play for you right off the top. This is a song that is of, for, and from Syracuse. About 5 years ago, I started working as a caseworker at a human services agency, working with a lot of resettled refugees here in Syracuse, and I found myself immediately and profoundly inspired by some of the stories and struggles that I had been involved in with folks. And from that experience came this notion of relationship to place. You know, what does it mean to be from a place and have to leave that place and go to another place? And it's very much like a difficult breakup in some ways. So at any rate, this first one here is for all my lovely Syracuse, new Syracusans. It's called Light and Sweet. When I came into your country, when I came upon this land, so much beauty overwhelmed me. I put my life in your hands, when the old place couldn't hold me anymore, when they set me out to roam. It was the first days of forgetting my way back to you. I wonder sometimes, maybe you are the key. Flesh and blood after all, the light and the heat. With your kiss on my lips, light and sweet. Light and sweet. Set adrift across the water, till it was just the wind and me, driven only by ambitions, taken into savage seas, till overhead shorebirds calling, and my heart skips a beat. It's Mother Maybell from Virginia. She come to sing for me, I found. I wonder sometimes, maybe you are the key. Flesh and blood after all, the light and the heat. With your kiss on my lips, light and sweet. Light and sweet. And it was written long ago. Now it's wishing and it's hoping that there's something after this. Well, why can't it be the kind of goodbye? You must try 1,000 times and get it right. Why should we be lonely on such a lovely night? I wonder sometimes, maybe you are the key. Flesh and blood after all, the light and the heat. With your kiss on my lips, light and sweet. Light and sweet. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Actually, that was specifically, I wrote that to a young woman named Ayana here in Syracuse. I'm going to play a collection of songs that I wrote. And I realized driving here today, I can't remember who I was talking to yesterday. Usually I can, but now I can't. About songwriting and whatever, and I realized something very specific about this collection of songs today, that they were written, written on this instrument, which is kind of a contemporary problem for me. You know, it's a different, the instrument itself creates a situation where you have to solve musical problems with a different calculus. It's, boy, I could have said that better, sorry. It's different, suffice to say. And I have found that it does change, it has had a change in my notions of writing, how to use an instrument. All right, I'm going to apologize in advance for my Muppet-like tendencies to shift around while I'm playing, but this is I've been called a lot of things in my performance behavior. When I let the hair grow a little too long, people start to call me Sideshow Bob. It's a Simpsons reference. I got Bob Ross. Sometimes I get Bob Ross if I really let it go. Happy little note over here. Right now, though, I'm in this Buddy Holly phase, so I'm gonna get the glasses on too. Thank you. I've got two situations in life where I try to use and capitalize my time to give advice to my younger generation friends. That was one of them. I raised one of those people. He's a good one. Thank you. This one, I do have favorite children. Jonas is my favorite child. He's the only one. Same goes for songs, though, and I will say, lately, this one is my favorite. And I'll tell you why. I'm really enamored with birds these days. Looking at them, listening to them, talking with them, a little bit learning what they're doing and why. And there are so many reasons to pay attention to birds. And the simplest one for me is that as I have come to learn through my environmentalist friends, birds are a terrific barometer of how life, generally speaking, is doing in your area. You know, bird behavior can tell you a lot about how things are going in your habitat. So, and then of course there's all the romantic reasons to really dig birds, you know, the ones that breed and mate for life, you know, and the way they cooperate with each other around, you know, the incessant battle for survival. You know, a bird is quite beautiful in its rugged duties to its two main things in life, feeding and breeding. Anytime you see a bird, they're usually doing one of those two things. And I find it very inspiring, given the level of complexity that I feel is necessary to have in my life. I like to pay attention to birds. I guess put more bluntly, they remind me how stupid I am. So, at any rate, the name of this little number is Feeding and Breeding. Pretty bird, what have you heard? This sweet baby girl gently tumbled through the world, with her feathers fair and fine, in the fullness of her time. What will become of us? Tell me everything you know. I'm coming home, no more roaming for me. Spring buds, when the winter wind is high, and from the mighty, mighty tree, together we will fly through the stillness of the night. Your heartbeat with mine, reassembled from the dust, we can dance and be free. What will become of us? Tell me everything you know. I'm coming home, no more roaming for me. Hey, don't you know, you're the best one I see. Thank you. I'm going to beg your patience for a moment while I tune up a half step. Because this one... So that's one of my favorites, but I will say this next one I'm going to play you. It's on my record that I have out there. I brought 5 copies of a solo record and about 25 stickers. And all prices are negotiable. I love CDs. Somebody was laughing at me the other day. They're like, so you still listen to CDs? Yep. I have a respectable home which includes a hi-fi. That's, no American home was complete without a stereophonic playback system. And I still hold to that truth. I feel deeply blessed to have grown up in an age without constant connectivity. And now that's not to suggest that, as a young person, I took the opportunity to be disconnected from the hive mind and from the rest of society to commit, wicked acts or anything. I'm still a good boy, but when I was a kid, one of my favorite activities, of course, it was a social thing to listen to music. You'd have record parties, Friends would come over Friday after school, and smoke a joint, listen to records for 4 or 5 hours, It's American. So, any rate, this song is the lead track on the record that I have out there. Again, price is negotiable. But I was mentioning that last one, Feeding and Breeding, that's my current favorite song, but this one is actually everybody else's favorite song. And I can say this with some expertise because a few years ago, when I lived on the road for about 10 years. That's how I made my living. I lived in a 1986 Volkswagen Vanagon, not with the kitchen, but with the bed. I didn't have the stove or anything, I just had the fold-out bed. The rest of that stuff I ripped out because they needed space for a PA system in there. But, so on one of the longer out and back tours, it was from New York, Syracuse, New York, down through Albany, and then all the way west out to, eventually about 4 or 5 weeks later, I was in Pismo Beach, California, right on the ocean. And I walk in to start playing an event, a function somewhat like this. There was some other stuff going on. They had hired, songwriters, and I was one of them. I was the featured performer that night, and I started to play this song, and everybody sang along and knew it. Like, how the hell did that happen? I didn't know. To the beginning, when I was a wee and peaceful lad, jumping out at each horizon, but never wanting what I had. So every day I spent in darkness, hearing sweetness now and then. But now that the circle's drawn together, now all the pieces are unhid, and by the clear blue light of the morning, I've seen everything you did. So take my hand, reaching for you, where it always used to wait. It's all in the wrist now, little darling. Ain't it funny how things have changed? Put your hands up for the Almighty, or get you back into the race. Now all the old songs ring together. It's Hallelujah Judgment Day. But not every roadblock is an ending. At least that's what I think you'd say. Not every teardrop falls in sorrow, and I don't regret a single day. So take my hand, reaching for you, where it always used to wait. It's all in the wrist now, little darling. Ain't it funny how things have changed? Not every roadblock is an ending. At least that's what I think you'd say. Not every teardrop falls in sorrow. I don't regret a single day. No, I don't regret a single day. No, I don't regret a single day. Thank you very much. To anybody who's not acquainted yet, my name's William Nicholson, and I'm from here in Syracuse, New York. It's a great place to be. I'm going to be playing Wednesday night at Funk and Waffles around the corner. It's a nice show night for a Wednesday over there. This is called a harp guitar. It's kind of a fancy way of doing two things at once. That last song was titled All in the Wrist. Like I said, it's on that solo record out there. I guess there's a lot of artists of all mediums in the room or in the house tonight, so it's not, it wouldn't be uncalled for to sort of flesh out a little bit of a song's purpose and meaning in an audience like this. So that That song came out of sort of a real contemplative realization about just exactly how love grows over time. You know, I had been dwelling on this concept for a number of years. Relationships are built on time spent together, not on romantic gestures or overtures, but on actual time spent together. The great aggregation of shared meaning. And like a tree and a vine, I had realized that so many years had gone by that this love had grown so massively that, you know, well, I wasn't paying attention, I guess. And I found it to be a beautiful ride down a rapid. You know, I found it not terrifying in the least. So I might have earlier mentioned my affinity for birds. I dig birds. I'll say it again. I like looking at them, listening to them, learning from them. I have many songs where birds figure prominently, and this is one of them, another one of them. Now this one is entitled "The Birds of Prey." We have some around here. Of course. In this case, the birds of prey, the predator birds, it's a metaphor. It's for some actual people that I came to know and loathe in the show business world.
Shit on everything they love, as they say, the birds of prey.
Thank you. I think that's all the bird songs for today. I think that's all of them. I could be wrong. Sound okay? Everything kind of sound good in the room? It's kind of a beast of an instrument to amplify, I will say. It's a little tricky. You're kind of always like sitting right on that edge of feedback. Yeah, I'm used to it. What really freaks me out though is sometimes if you don't get it just right, you know, if you're like slapdash going into a bar to play or something and you don't really fuss with the sound, because frankly I hate doing that. And if you get to a certain resonance node in the room, I have been confused sometimes because the pitch, the tone will come out sounding just like my voice. And I'll be like, what? You know, some other person speaking through the speakers. I guess some people might pay for that experience. All right, let me just soften things down a little bit, and I'm going to play you a song. This was a writing assignment many years ago, a writing assignment that I turned into a song, but it's I guess it's a type of love song, but it's sort of a restorative, self-valuing message, I guess. And personally, it came through a time of absolute and utter despair, so I find it deeply invigorating to be able to play the song for you today, any day, but to be able to play the song knowing where it came from and knowing that I'm okay and here to do it with you and that you're here and you're appreciating listening to it is really, that's the joy for me. So. you listen carefully, you will hear my heart say, don't go, don't go, go. Don't you leave me here alone. Please talk to me. I need your company right now. Don't you leave me here. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Please talk to me. I need your company right now. Don't you leave me here. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I've been playing for a bit. I got one more for you. I think I'm on schedule, and if not, no, too bad. Because I got one more, and it's not about birds, as far as I know. I write all these songs except this one. This is my favorite contemporary. This is my favorite contemporary Islamic folk singer, right here. Great song, great message, great man, great story. And most of you will probably know it. Taking a ride on a Will you just swim to that? I know we've come a long way, we're changing day to day. So tell me, where do the children play? Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of the night. It's been a pleasure to play for you all. Again, my name's William. I'll be at Funk and Waffles Wednesday, and this has been a blast. Thank you.